Well, good morning. As you probably saw in some previous videos, my wife informed me, or asked me, I guess, to make birdhouses for Christmas presents for all the women folk in the family, which totals 4, but I'm going to make 5 because I want to make an extra one for around the house or whatever. Anyway, here's number 1. This number 1 of 5 right here. This is made out of cedar. It has a little cap on it. I did a little texturing on it. It didn't take too deep, but it worked. It's got a little cedar perch there. It's hollowed inside naturally. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I did this, so let's get on with it. Well, my wife wants she wants a birdhouse. I've never built a birdhouse before, but it's going to be outside, so I thought maybe it might be best to build it out of cedar. So I pulled this piece of cedar out of my pile of cedar, and I've already squared this end off, and I'm getting ready to square the other end off. But what I thought I would do real quick is just show you what I do. Sort of a safety deal. You always hear everybody says, don't cut around an object like this. Well, I do it all the time. All my fingers are still there. I don't mean they won't be tomorrow, but what I do is I save these wedges like this right here, and I always put them underneath like this, and like so, and like so, and that'll keep it from rolling. Pretty simple. And then I use my sled, and I stay way the heck over here. I'm not concerned about the length of it right now. What I'm doing is cutting this end off, see if I can't get past some checkering. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put it between centers. Probably put a face plate on one end because I like face plates. I feel much more comfortable with a face plate than anything else. So I'm going to square that, and then we'll go over there to the lathe and get it between centers. Cut all this old nasty sapwood and stuff off. Come out of here with about a piece about like so. All right, let's see what we got now. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Here you go. See, that end looks pretty good. Okay. This end looks pretty good, and this end looks pretty good. So let's go deck it out on the lathe and see if we can't do a little whirling.
Well, as you can see, this thing's pretty bad out of balance, so after messing with it a little while, I decided I'd just go ahead and take it back to the bandsaw and trim the sides down. Save myself some time and some hassle. It just too much out of balance, too many hard knots, and it's easier to trim it down on the bandsaw. So let's go do that.
All I did though, there you go. Let's see what we got now. Get a little closer here. All right. Oh, got a problem here. We're going to have to stop this for a minute.
Well, you can see it looks a whole lot better now, a lot rounder, a lot easier to handle. So let's whirl it up and see if we can't cut it a little while. Well, we're to the round. Let's get her straightened up and decide what we're going to do next. Well, I'm just going to clean it up nice and pretty now. Got the beaver holding it sideways. It's got that depth groove on the side. It really makes for easy work and a real smooth finish. All right, here's the plan. I'm going to go over the bandsaw, cut it off about right here. And I'm going to put it back on, and I'm going to do a basic shape, except I'm going to leave that on to there and leave about the same amount on this end. And then I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to hollow this end, move the faceplate to that end, and hollow that in and glue the two back together. That make sense? All right. That's what we're going to do. This, I cut it down using my beaver. Now I'm going to come in here with a 1/4-inch bowl gouge. So I'm going to come in here like I always do, rubbing the bevel. Come in here and make my little groove, and then come out at a slight angle. That thing's dull. Or put me a stick of butter up here and see if it'd cut it. I gotta get my sharpening crap going here. Now what I'm looking for is to see how well it does, and it looks like it's doing fine. Well, I'm going to start shaping up the outside now. Make it try to look like an acorn. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. All right. That sort of looks like an acorn. I'm getting ready to cut it in half now, but first I'm going ahead and marking that V there, as you see. And I'm going to cut it right in the middle of that V. That just makes it a whole lot easier to line the two halves back up. Plus, I'll be turning that off anyway, so it's not going to make a heck of a lot of difference. Alright, that's deep enough. I'm going to go to the bandsaw and finish it. And I'm going to hollow this one out right here a little bit. Not too deep. Well, the first side's finished, and now I'm going to hollow out the other side, and we're getting on with it here. Well, I'm marking, how far down I can cut. Plus, I'm going to put a groove right there to accommodate the other half of the tree house, so they don't slide sideways when I start gluing them. There you go. We're ready to glue it up. I'm going to get the faceplate off this other half and get some tight bond and stick it together, and we'll worry about the rest later. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. I assume we're all glued up and ready to go this morning. Beautiful morning here in Central Arkansas. Won't be hot though. I'll be glad when this summer's over. Supposed to be over by the middle of September, but it is not. All right, what I'm gonna do now, I've got my beaver sitting here. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up this outside, the glue line and stuff like that, and I'm gonna taper this down to get rid of this tenon. It's still on the faceplate on the other end. So this is going to be the bottom. I went ahead and drilled a 3/8 hole in there for some sort of drainage or something. Poop drop, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean this up. I've already got it set up, and it's on the level. So there's big bad beaver here. And we'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to use a point tool now to come in here and make me a couple more lines to basically disguise the glue joint. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, I'm going to come in here now and do a little shear cutting using a square cutter with a radius, like a skew. Still got me a little bit. That's too low. Yeah, about right. Now, the way you do this is you come in here and you bring it in like a 45, very, very gently.
Do a little sanding. This is 320. Doesn't really need it. Got a couple little bitty places there. I could get them out, but it's about easy this way. Good enough. First, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the entry hole in. I'm going to put it. Now, the best way to do something like this is to pick a spot that's your worst spot, which is right here. So I'm going to put a 1-inch hole right here, and I'm going to put a peg right here. Put it right in the center of that so it gets that place there. All right, right there, and the peg there. And there. Looks about right. I better lock this before it rolls on me. And I'll go out there after a while and take the lobbers out there and give me a little piece of cedar limb off something. And we're going to come in right. Looks good right there. You don't want to put much pressure on this because you don't want it to bust through. You want it to cut through. There you go. Oh no. Well, that ain't no good. It's going to be fun to get out of there. Huh. Well, I guess that's why they make magnets, huh? Go see if I can't get one. I guess where there's a will, there's a way. Ta-da! I keep forgetting that all of y'all aren't seasoned viewers of my channel, and some of you sort of want to know more of what I do. This is cellulose sealer, and I get it at, well, I got this off Amazon. It's cheaper than Lowe's, but you can get it at Lowe's. It's water-based. It's the best sealer I've ever used. It dries relatively quick. It dries hard. It's easy to sand. It's the same thing that the professionals use for wood floors. They seal them before they varnish them. And I have had wonderful results with it. If you want to go clean up your brush and stuff, you can just take it and put it under the faucet in the sink. I always leave mine in here. But now you don't want to. This is a birdhouse, so we're not going to put any sealer on the inside, because the little birdies might decide they want to chew on it or something, or whatever they do. And that could be hazardous to their health. I'll be back. Okay, I'm getting ready to make the top. First thing I got to do is square it up. That's, you remember when I cut that piece of cedar off? When I had the whole log rounded? So, we're going to play this by ear, sort of. The idea is try to make it look like a sort of an acorn cap on it, but I have severe doubts as to whether that'll happen.
Well, here I decided to go ahead and drill me a depth hole rather than just cut it all out. It makes life a little bit easier. Doesn't take long. Well, being as I had to get this so thin here, there was a couple potential cracks right near the edge, so I decided to just go ahead and super glue them just to be on the safe side. Well, this is a Wagner texturing tool. Believe it or not, wife and kids got them for me last Christmas, and this is the first time I've ever tried to use them. So we just gonna see what happens here. Well, I believe they're meant to work better on the end grain, but I'm getting some results here. Not as deep as I would like, but it seems to be, leaving a pattern enough. Maybe it looks somewhat like the top of an acorn, or acorn, as some people say. Well, if you look close, you can see some of the texturing. Well, thanks a lot, and please subscribe and tell your friends. And like I always say, keep them whirling, and I guess I'll catch you on the rebound.